Hey, Facebook fam, it's your girl Kamiko. It is, yes, it is. Tap in Tuesday with me. As I tell you, if you don't go within, you will go without. So today our topic is Clarity Quest. Uncover your true essence. Thank you all again. I will always start off from a place of gratitude, thanking you for listening last week, sharing your feedback, encouraging me. I'm always ever so grateful when you all do that. So I want to always make sure I publicly thank everyone that allows me a space to impart in them something I feel that God would like to share with them. So tonight we're going to get straight to it. I have 5 bullet points I want to hit in a very short amount of time. But I know that the information that I'm going to share with you tonight, hopefully you can take it, absorb it, and make sure that you allow it to cause you to tap in so you no longer go without. So again, I want to start off with understanding the concept of clarity. There are so many different types of definition for the word clarity, but the one that I feel is more befitting that I would like to share with you tonight is the definition of the quality of transparency. So when people say, Kamiko, what is clarity to you? For me, the one that I will always say is clarity to me is the quality of transparent with myself. If we don't learn to be transparent with ourselves, then we will not allow ourselves to truly have that one-on-one, not only dialogue, but moments of reflection and the moment of truth. Because in order for us to truly make sure that we're living a fulfilled life, we have to ensure that we're being honest and true, first and foremost, always with ourselves. So when we learn to allow ourselves to be transparent with ourselves, it allows us to have a deeper understanding, not only of ourselves, but of our goals and our purpose in life. So I definitely want to encourage you all to understand that we have to learn that clarity is where I and you allow ourselves to be super transparent with ourselves to ensure that we not only know ourselves, we know our goals, and we're striving for our purpose. So again, next time someone asks you, what is clarity? You can say the quality of transparency with myself. And we can learn to be transparent with ourselves. It opens up doors and opportunities for us to give clarity to other people. I often tell people that one more question can change the outcome of any situation. Because a lot of times we listen to hear, we don't listen enough to hear, should I say, and more to respond. So if we take our time and we listen to hear and not respond, ask that one more question, clarity truly can actually happen. And the more you do that with yourself, you'll find it so much easier to do with other people. So I encourage you to understand that clarity again is the transparency with oneself. So I encourage you to practice transparency with yourselves so you can not only identify your goals, but your purpose. So it leads us to a place of living a fulfilled life. So that's point number 1. Point number 2 is the importance of self-reflection. I often tell people in my journey that's something that I have learned to practice a lot, is because even though we may gleam through the eyes of other people who are looking up on us and they're quick to give us their advice, when do you go within yourself and ask yourself some hard questions? When do you reflect on what you said, what you do, why you do what you do? What's your decision-making process? How did I get here? When do we carve out that time to make sure that we're doing some self-reflecting of all the things that we're implementing in our day-to-day life? So therefore, if I'm saying that I'm going to strive to be transparent with myself, I can't be transparent without being able to learn how to be self-reflective, because that's where that transparency, all the answers to your questions will come in when you learn how to do self-reflecting. And self-reflecting isn't a moment for you to beat yourself up. So I don't want you to get caught up in thinking, okay, well, when I self-reflect, I can only see the bad, because in reality, that's something that everyone does. So one, don't feel bad. We always can see our errors, our flaws. But also in that self-reflecting is, hey, what are some good things about me that not only do I not know, our other people may see in us. And I often tell that, especially when we're looking at parenting and coaching people and our peers and our subordinates alike, we can always see something in them that they can't see in themselves. So if we can see so much in other people that they can't see in themselves, why can't you see so much in you? And so make sure that as we go through understanding clarity, which is truly being transparent with oneself, we have to be able to do that through self-reflection. And self-reflection is so valuable for us to get to the place of clarity. So that's point number 2. I can't be transparent with myself if I don't have moments of self-reflection. And the self-reflection that I do is not about beating myself up, but it's allowing me to see myself in a more 2, 3, 4 dimensional way. Because a lot of times we try to see things head on, but I often tell people we do not live in a world where everything is one dimensional. Nothing about what we do is one dimensional. Everything is in a 2, 3, 4D perspective. So in that self-reflecting, when you're looking at yourself, look at yourself when you're happy. Look at yourself when you're sad. Look at yourself when you're thriving. Look at yourself when you're probably not producing as much as you want. And in those moments, then you begin to dissect, what was I feeling? What was happening? How did I respond? Could I have done something different that would give me a different outcome? If we learn the art and the value of self-reflecting, we will always gain so much more clarity. So the third thing is identifying the core values and beliefs. So when we're self-reflecting, again, recapping, understanding clarity is a transparency with myself. I can't get to transparency with myself if I don't learn the art of self-reflecting to ensure that I'm seeing myself in a more 3, 4, 5 dimensional way. And then from there, now I can identify with my core values and beliefs. Because a lot of times I tell people we tend to hone in and move through life traditionally, for lack of better words. The things that we look at when we look at our core values and beliefs is most of them are aligned with what we've been taught. Not always about what we've experienced. And I often tell people the only way that you're going to truly be able to understand your core values and your belief is taking account of the experiences that God allows us to have and see the value and what we've gained from it. I literally shared early on in the last 2 weeks how after my 14 months of transition for me in birthing and discovering my true essence, I had to understand that I needed to relook at my values and what I believe. It's not that what I believed before was wrong, but I kept the same foundational base of it, but I needed it to have more substance for this season of my life. And so I couldn't have done that if I wouldn't have been self-reflective and I wouldn't have been transparent with myself. Do I still believe some traditional things? Yes, because it is the foundation and it's the truth in which I stand on. However, it can be packaged different. And that's one thing I can say to people, it don't always have to look the same. The message is one thing. I can tell people the methodology is a different thing. How we deliver it is something totally different. It doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that, hey, in this season, I needed to look a certain way. I needed to hit a certain way for some people, right? So even in me looking and identifying my core values and belief through self-reflecting and wanting to ensure that I give myself quality transparency of myself, I was able to go within so I don't go without. And then the fourth bullet point is overcoming obstacles and limiting beliefs. So once I do a deep dive into those core values through which the channels in which I've already charted, how I make sure I overcome the obstacles, I have to know that, hey, when I have experienced something in life and I compare it to what I have been taught, when what I experience is contrary to what I've been taught, I'm at a crossroad. What do we do? I often tell people it should always be trust the experience. God did not lead you to that situation, whether it's self-inflicted or not. You're in that situation to have that experience, to ensure that when you have that experience and what you've been taught is not in alignment with what I have experienced, then I need to take the latter. It's not that what you were taught was wrong. It's just this experience God is allowing me to have. He's trying to get you to your true, authentic self. And through you having to walk through that uncomfortable place, a place you've never been before, because now you should be asking yourself, okay, why did that experience not align with what I've been taught? That's how you overcome the obstacles and the limiting beliefs that you have carried for so long that keeps us from experiencing and discovering who our true essence is. I often tell people, God did not create you to have seasons on seasons that created change for you to remain the same. It's no way you're going to be able to get to a place to discover your true essence if you don't embrace what all the obstacles we face, what they come to teach us, and what they come to show us we need to let go of. And it's okay. Again, I often tell people, I don't like right and wrong. I don't like using that terminology sometimes because it's not always black and white. Because often I tell people, who are you to tell me what is right and what is wrong? Because if you haven't been in that same environment with that person, if you haven't grown up with them, what they've experienced, what they were taught, to them it's right. So who are we to denounce what they've been taught their whole life? That experience that they have will show them that it's not right. And at that moment, you encourage them to trust the experience. And I often tell people, when we can learn to embrace the experiences that don't feel so good, that's when God is coming to stretch us, to grow us, to make sure that we are not remaining stagnant, because the levels that we have to go to and that we want to go to, that we will go through some things to get there, all of that leads to you discovering your true essence. None of it is waste. All of it serves a purpose, but we have to ensure that we're packaging it. We're willing to overcome the obstacles and the limited beliefs based on the experiences we have, because now we need to trust something new, something different. And that's where our fifth point comes in, embracing authenticity and purpose. Because at the end of the day, you have to learn to embrace all of it. Because if you don't do that, you're going to remain stagnant. It's going to be hard for you to go within. So therefore, you will go without. I often tell people, so I just had this new experience, you guys. I have this thing I do every year, right? So on my vision board, I always have for Kamiko to experience 5 things she's never done before, no matter what that is. It changes every year because if you know me and you follow me, hey, I live my life. So this year, one of the things that I chose to do different that I'd never done before was attend a bodybuilding show. I love working out. I love doing all of those things. So I was like, hey, I'm going to have this new experience. I'm going to go to a bodybuilding show. So when I just walk through the amount of people, the passion for how they look, how they carry themselves, like, them embracing their authenticity and their purpose. Don't you know that came with a lot of sacrifice? A lot of things they had to go without. And when they had to go without, all you're left with is going within. The drive, the passion, the why. Why am I on this journey? God, you did not create me to live a mediocre life and to wake up and do things that's not aligned with my purpose. So the whole purpose of Clarity Quest, uncovering your true essence, is one, identifying what clarity is, which, like I told you in the beginning of when we first started, it simply is being transparency, the quality of the transparency that you show yourself. Once I'm willing to give myself that level of transparency, I can't do it without having self-reflection. You have to understand the importance and the value of self-reflecting. You have to sit with yourself, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. All of it works together to produce something beautiful in you and out of you. And through your self-reflection, you're going to identify with your core values and your beliefs. And then if your core values changed, it's okay. Because at every season, every level of your life and every experience you have is going to challenge you. It's going to broaden your perspective. It's going to make you yearn for more. And that's what that does. And when you're in that uncomfortable place, how do we overcome it? By trusting ourselves, trusting those inner voices, the thing that we think about that births everything out of us that God has created us for. And when we overcome those obstacles, Now we are truly walking in a space where we're embracing our authenticity and our purpose. And so again, I truly, truly want to encourage you all to know that if you don't go within, you're going to go without. And I will share my story in these last 14, 15 months, losing my mom, losing my older brother, leaving a 24-year career of all I've known and have been very successful at. I woke up asking myself, who am I? Where do I go from here? All the pillars of my life I felt came crumbling down. But in that breaking season, God allowed to birth something out of me. And now my purpose is different. I want to live a fulfilled life. I can do a lot of great things. I have a ton of accolades. I have a ton of skill sets. But none of that brings me fulfillment. What does is spending this time that God has allowed me to share, to challenge, to walk the journey with others in discovering who they are. I live a fulfilled life now, you all. I am beyond happy. Like the joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the world can't take it away. And I can say that with a surety because I'm walking and I'm living the life that I feel God has called me to in this season. The things I did were grand. They were great. I would have never thought in a million years I would have done those things. And I thank God for every last one of them because it allowed me to be and to do some things that I never thought I could. But this season is a whole nother journey. And again, like I shared with some people, I revamped my values. And my fifth value is mission accomplished, die empty, and leave nothing undone. And so I'm on the journey to die empty and leave nothing undone. So every life I'm supposed to touch, everything that I am supposed to do, Kamiko has accepted the charge to do that. So again, thank you all. As I always say, hey, I dropped my website, discoveryourtrueessence.net. I think it's on the live, but if not, you can go to my website. I have a discovery call for 90 minutes. I would love to sit and chat with you and we can journey and charter this course together. I just want to be able to share in the testimonies and sit back and marvel at your life and say, look what the Lord has done. And to see people live life fulfilled on this side of heaven and be excited about it. So again, my website is discoveryourtrueessence.net. You can do a discovery call. I do have master classes that I have set up for people who want to take the journey. I am here for you. And I will tell you, I am a living witness that discovering your true essence is a life-changing thing. And when you do that, you can wake up and marvel at your life and be grateful for all that God is doing. So again, thank you tonight. We are be right back at it next Tuesday, 6:30 Central Standard Time here on Tap In with Kamiko. We are going to go within because we no longer want to live a life that we're going without. And now, as I often say, pray for me as I pray for you. And together, we're going to watch God do some great things. I can't wait to see what God does for you. Have a blessed evening.